Going too fast for you? Okay. What do you want to cover first? You tell me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Have you ever tried to prevent something from happening, and in doing so you wind up being the one who caused it? This concept lies at the core of Remedy Entertainment's newest story, Quantum Break. Remedy, known for drastic innovation and complex storytelling, mixes elements from their previous titles into Quantum Break's intriguing new plot. Building from Alan Wake's episodic style of storytelling, Quantum Break includes a live-action show to complement the interactive portions of the story. Unfortunately, bland gameplay and passive storytelling prevent Quantum Break from being a truly fantastic experience. Whether it's Max Payne's gritty noir tale of vengeance or Alan Wake's haunting search for his missing wife, storytelling epitomizes a Remedy game, and Quantum Break exceeds expectations. In Quantum Break, Jack Joyce returns home to assist his best friend Paul in a project that was essentially shut down by Jack's estranged brother, William. Unfortunately, not everything goes as planned, and Jack finds himself in a race to prevent the end of time. Taking control of Quantum Break's primary villain at the end of each act in order to make a decision that impacts the show is refreshing. However, these moments are very short-lived. The television series complements the interactive portion of the story by revealing the struggles and motives from an antagonistic point of view. Finding certain items during an act will prompt their appearance in the show as a way of rewarding the player for exploring. But this 30-minute passive experience between gameplay really slows the pace down, and it will most likely be skipped by those who prefer the immersive experience. The show, albeit fun to watch for those with an open mind, lacks in both acting and production quality. It can be impactful, though, as it persuades gamers to feel compassion and sympathy for those who oppose them. When the story is pieced together completely, it oozes the dark and intoxicating charm that comes with a Remedy game. But this passive experience just may leave you fatigued between acts. The interactive portion of Quantum Break's story, unlike the show, bursts at the seams with its fantastic acting. Sean Ashmore, who plays Jack Joyce, Dominic Monaghan, who plays William Joyce, and Aidan Gillen, who plays Paul Serene, all brilliantly display their talent. And Remedy captures the actors' facial features perfectly in Quantum Break's beautifully rendered graphics. The environments are so vastly detailed as well, however, there isn't much room to explore them. Players will easily stumble upon collectibles that fill the gap for Quantum Break's current events. If players choose to bypass collectibles because they don't want to read another boring email, they may just miss out on many of the Alan Wake Easter eggs that are sprinkled throughout the world. Or they might miss other beautiful gems like Time Knife, a hilariously and terribly written screenplay from the hyperbolic delusions of a lonely underpaid employee who has a crush on his boss. Gameplay in Quantum Break introduces gamers to time powers. Jack's accident early on blessed, or depending on how you see it, cursed, him with a wide set of powers that he uses to plow through droves of enemies. Jack can highlight items of interest and enemies on the map, suspend the AI in a time field that absorbs anything shot into it, or dash around the battlefield. Other features allow Jack to rewind or stop time in certain areas in order to solve a mini-puzzle that allows access to the next area. With the additions of an explosive time blast and a controlled sprint that ends in a beautiful melee takedown, every fight has the potential to be new and exciting. But unfortunately, they missed the mark on that because the mediocre arsenal of weapons fails to enhance a firefight, and spamming time powers will grow old. Especially if you're on the hunt for collectibles and spamming the enhanced vision every 3 seconds. Another bland and unoriginal area of Quantum Break is its enemies, an uninventive crew of cannon fodder with very few variations. The standard soldier is the primary combatant, with the occasional position-rushing shotgunner and snipers to back them up. Tank enemies have a home here as well, however, taking them down is far too simple with an upgraded Time Blast. The only enemies providing somewhat of a challenge are the ones that occur during time stutters. A stutter brings the world to a halt, however, Jack is still able to move around. Few sequences throughout Quantum Break's playthrough provide unique platforming areas that require the player to have quick reactions to a stutter. Soldiers equipped with technology that allows them to continue moving put up a fight during these sequences. Their similar use of time dodge and their ability to move around in a stutter are literally the only things that separate them from the regular cannon fodder. Remedy does, however, tease us with an enemy that should have been in the game: shifters. Many of the collectibles mention shifters as terrifying enemies that can only be seen during a stutter. Jack gets an up-close and personal experience with this later in the story. However, never once does the player get to go head-to-head with one. It's a shame to waste such an interesting prospect in favor of the bland enemies that litter the rest of this linear experience. The final boss fight adds insult to injury. This fight spikes in difficulty for no reason by flooding the player with countless enemies, all while being attacked by the boss's insta-kill abilities. Once the pattern can be figured out, however, it becomes a series of rinse and repeat actions and no real fight against the big man himself. Quantum Break looks fantastic and tells a unique story that is amplified by above-par acting, outside of the TV show, that is. It introduces unique ways to play games through long bits of passive media. Unfortunately, it falls short where the game should really shine: gameplay. With uninspired weapon options, enemies, and boss fights, Quantum Break has plenty to improve upon if they ever hope to make a sequel.
Paul brought me here to clean up your mess. My mess? Do you even...
May have to crawl behind.
Fuck.
Raider team, target spotted exiting the